se va. Sáquenme la botella que funda pa' gastarle. Esta noche tú y yo nos vivimos la película. Luce cámara, la acción después en mi recámara. En el duelo no se sabe quién ganará. So baile, baby, ese seguro y retrocede. Que me encanta la manera en que tú lo mueves.
Solo pégate un poquito, mami, que yo quiero enseñarte lo que yo tengo pa' ti. Lo que tengo pa' ti. Sé que te va a encantar como meto yo. Dale, muévelo.
Check, check. 1, 2. Here we go. Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. There we go. Finally, I had to go through my Zoom phone in order to get it clear to go. Yeah. But now it's going. All right, guys. I guess going through a lot of backdating area. I don't know how well you can hear us or if there's a delay.
What's going on, everybody? Let's get back to the top while Phil figures this out. We got Flip Shelton in the house. We got Jimbo. We got Isaac Ramirez. We have Elena Walker. We got Vinny Hagan. We got Randy McIntyre. We got Timothy Looper is in the house. What's going on, Timothy? Jay? What's up, Jay? Yeah, they're downstairs at the sports book. So, like, when you coming? When you coming? I'm like, we're trying to work on something here.
Like, if you guys see the picture of this, like, makeshift type of
What's up, Chris? We got Chris in the house.
You turn that light on, usually. All right, so yeah, so what I ended up having to do is, since for some reason the camera mic didn't want to work, the other mics didn't want to work, I turned around, made a Zoom call to take our phone to make the audio connect to go through the back way. Yeah, it just crazy, kind of the what we actually ended up having to do. So if there's a little bit of delay, I apologize.
We were kind of like scurrying, you know. I asked a stupid question. I said, well, you know, did you maybe think about opening it up before we packed up? He goes, no, I don't have time. I'm like, yeah, that's how he rolls. That's good. Who do we got here? Hello, Gametime from the old fat, well-endowed Cowboy fan from Terrell, Texas, just 30 miles east of Dallas.
Nice.
What's going on, man? But anyway, listen, we are sitting here. This is Saturday night. We are going to head down. It's very odd because we're looking at it at 4:44 Vegas time. So it's not even 5 o'clock. Just think, Monday night, we're going to be going to a game, Phil, and it's...
Yeah, I mean,
we're actually going to leave here. I want to get there as soon as possible. And a tailgate, we're probably going to leave here by 1 o'clock. We're going to leave early, 2 o'clock, because that's when the stadium, and that would be 5 o'clock your time.
I'm going to get this down because then we can look at the games that are going to be coming up, all that kind of stuff. So look at this, trying to...
Nothing's working.
Trying to be like, hey, don't you want to see the video? Okay, so there's that itself.
All right.
So we got somewhat of a working system here right now. I think if we send a picture later on,
so the window tinted, she's asking.
Bit, yeah, it's a bit tinted.
It's very
foggy.
It's very foggy out. It's very foggy. So
yeah, we were like yesterday when we saw it, I'm like, oh man, it's gonna make an amazing backdrop and everything like that. We'll turn off these certain lights so we see it all. And then as soon as we go, man, it's look all rainy on the outside, and yeah, so it looks terrible basically.
Yeah, but again, it's supposed to get nice tomorrow, and then again on Monday.
It is actually dark, man. It definitely is dark. It's that it doesn't really have much to do with the weather forecast itself. It's just okay. Oh, you have me over there on the other.
So what's going on with that?
I don't know. But yeah, so you guys look like twins on my screens. Yeah, we're all shoved together like in a dark room, kind of like we're about to be hostage. Well, my family is like, I am doing well. I swear I will.
I'm being fed. Yeah, not really. I'm hungry. I ate breakfast. We haven't eaten since breakfast. But let's tell everybody before we get into the Cowboys and the weekend football. We went and did it's called zero latency over at the MGM. I've done it before, but they were kind of like, I
was hesitant. I was definitely.
They wanted to do it, but I didn't really think they knew what was going to happen. So anyway.
Yeah, so we were like, oh, okay, we gotta come back 2 hours later.
VR experience.
Yeah, right. So like, not only that, so one of those things where you have an experience and then you're like, okay, we'll come back in 2 hours to have that experience. So I was already on the fence, and I was like, oh, I gotta come back. I gotta make sure I'm at a certain time back here, and And so the way it all worked out, we ended up getting back kind of earlier, and no, that was a great experience, man. That was amazing. Like,
Yeah.
we all moved in teams, and it's a big, huge VR.
Literally, when you put the headset on, you are immersed in the world that we chose, which was what? Outbreak?
Yes,
Basically a zombie outbreak at night, and there was a shit ton of zombies. But it was neat because you had to do certain things, and you had to get into elevators. I think
fight at the end.
I think the most freakiest thing was when you walked outside, and I know
on the vent.
on the vent. We were up on a high rise at that point, and everybody was freaking out. I was used to it, but it's not.
Yeah, I was in there.
Your eyes are telling you you're about
to fall off.
You're 1,000 feet up, and you're walking uphill, and but it's flat ground. But your brain is
when he went up to the vent, the lift. Like, by the time he got to the end, I was the one sitting on the end that had to go to the vent. So I'm looking around.
No, Leo, we see you.
Yeah, I look up, and then all of a sudden, like, I look at the vent. I go, "Am I really gonna have to walk this vent?" Like,
yeah. Well, my wife's like, "I'm like, go! You're on flat ground. Go!"
I was tippy toeing.
I was lighting her up.
No, Leo, we can see you. We can see you.
Yeah, but like, long story short, you put a headset on, a real nice headset. It goes over the ear. You got the mic, and you hold an actual big gun, plastic, but still, at least it's not like you're walking around with a controller.
Yeah.
Very cool, and you're in a big. I can't say a big warehouse.
Depending on the gun that I got, it kind of shifted. Like, I
Yeah.
had, like, the machine thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
You were down here.
I looked over. My wife had a 50 caliber turret. I'm like, God damn.
She's like, I like this one. I don't need to worry about it much anymore.
It was fun. It was at the MGM Grand. If you ever go to the MGM Grand, it sounds expensive, but it wasn't bad. It was $50, but I think it was for basically a half hour. But he was pouring sweat. He finished in first. So I finished in third.
The quarterback did. Not surprising. I was shooting them all the way from a distance.
I had girls on either side of me scared, and I was getting attacked by zombies from every angle, but it's fine.
Yeah, Phil with his guns. Yeah, he's whipping it. Hey, sir, you can't use that in this area. Oh,
Jimbo is not in Vegas, buddy.
That one, that's right. It's in Dallas, right?
There's one in Dallas. I don't know. Look it up, but I don't believe it's in Vegas. I really wanted to make this game and party, but the government shit down put me on this around. Leo, it's all good, man. Again, Chris May's here, just to let everybody know. Me and Phil we've had tickets. Little Cowboy got tickets. Now Chris May bought tickets. West Virginia Country Boy, hopefully he will buy tickets.
So we go.
So yeah, we're looking forward to, it's just a good time. Again, when you get here, because there's a lot of Cowboys fans here.
There is.
So it's fun. I always, like I was saying, I like going on the road more than going to AT&T. I like the atmosphere of being the road, the road warriors. But regardless, what do you think about the Cowboys this week, Phil? What's your going into the game?
My whole thing is I want to see people in Cowboy uniform. Ravel in a Cowboy uniform. I want to see how he moves out there. I want to see Quentin Williams in a Cowboys uniform pushing into the pile, Overshown with his Agent Zero. I want to see him in that Cowboy uniform. So yeah. I think the dress up is the biggest thing, because we've had a lot of these guys on injury or obviously not on the team at all. And so just to get excited about what's for the future of this defense. I think that's the key. I'm not looking at it going, ooh, can we go playoff bound or anything? No, I'm just, again, taking baby steps. And if they're going one win at a time, and letting the face kind of like to drop the cards the way that they are, I get excited about just seeing them all play together, seeing what possibilities, especially if you start getting pressure and outside of the defensive ends get one-on-one. So there's a lot of things there. So I get excited. What about you?
I think, like Phil touched on it, we know this offense, it needs to get its act together and actually perform the way it should. Now, that's because of the offensive line. I don't believe that there's I'm a little concerned with right tackle, with Nate Thomas going to right tackle. Again, this defense doesn't scare me as much, other than obviously the obvious Max Crosby. I think that if there's an issue with the offense, it would be the offensive line. But over the last couple of weeks, we played some stud teams. I don't think you're going to get that this week. Now, they have a little bit extra time. They played last Thursday, so they get a little bit of a break as well. You only get, like a 4-day advantage over them. So,
and Gino, we all talk about rip on Gino and everything, and obviously we've talked about him on this channel as well, too. He has the capabilities of kicking your ass. Let's just be real. And Brock Bowers is the one that kind of like I worry about with the offense, just because even if you do have somebody that can cover him very well, that's still a hell of a job to try to do that 100% of the time, and he's eventually going to get kind of open and stuff. So I expect
kind of be neat to see, Bill, because the Dallas Cowboys defense prior to the additions would make all the bad quarterbacks almost great. Look what they did to Russell Wilson. Look what they did.
Dude, he looked like he looked like Super Bowl year.
I mean, but then you add in Logan Wilson, a Quentin Wilson. Really excited about Savon Gravel. We talked about it, but all right, now you got to play it. He's not playing a full slate. Everybody's just like overshadowed. He's going to be on the pitch count, so don't expect, 60 snaps.
Bill is essentially, why am I married? I am just whatever, Arturo. When I look at this defense and what he's talking about in the sense of getting these guys playing, I expect rust. I expect rust on some of these. Yeah, I expect rust on some of these guys, especially the guys that haven't been playing because of injuries and everything. Just getting out there, maybe getting faultily, moving one way on a counter or whatever like that. I think there's a lot there. And I want them, I don't necessarily want them to make a mistake, but this is the time to do it, man, when you're first getting out there and stuff. So it's different if you're already 1 or 2 years into it and you're making these crazy mistakes. But again, I like it in the sense of I expect it to be some steps towards the future. These are guys that are going to be on this team for a little bit of time. Other guys that we know that I think, when you talk about Diggs and everything like that, that's somebody that keeps being put on there that he's not going to be around in the future next year. What do you think? I think he will, but I just
there needs to be. I think it could be a thing where Diggs stays. Diggs' contract is not bad, everybody. It's really not. I believe that it's 50-50 whether he stays or goes. Everybody's under the assumption he's going. The best thing for the Dallas Cowboys would be for him to be healthy, and because that's the problem with him. He can't stay healthy anymore. You haven't seen Diggs. So I'm not counting on Diggs. To me, that's why you turn the page to Savon Ravel. You got to keep bringing in and drafting. Listen, we got plenty of time to talk about draft, but as far as the Raider game, this offense is not good for the Raiders. If Dallas struggles with the Raiders scoring points, then this might be worse than we.
Well, you're going to have to maybe blow it up a little bit more than what you expected on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Obviously you still got to get your shit together on the offensive side of the ball, but I was holding that the whole time, just to let you know.
That was impressive.
But when you look at this as defense, I think that's where you got to go. Is like your play the rest of the year determines whether you're on this roster moving forward, and if you're somebody that we can kind of plan a future around. So that's what I expect. The evaluation, the stuff that you're doing in the preseason that we don't really get to see. So I mean, these guys didn't get to play in the preseason, so this is some of their preseason games, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, there will be a pitch count for Overshown. There'll be a pitch count for Ravel. So, again, I'm looking forward to Logan Wilson, Quinton Williams, getting after it. I'm looking forward to Zaraku taking his steps. He's really coming along. More reps for Houston and get the offense in gear. I want to see. I'm
even excited about the other guys around it. Like, does your play change because you have somebody that's taking up more blocks, or you take up something,
Yep.
So I think there's a lot to be said there. There's a lot to get excited about in the sense of just new guys, donning the uniform, right? Seeing those big guys. Yeah, that's gonna be a heck of a thing. It's like, what do we need at that time? Linebacker. Is linebacker a safety? Is it a corner? I think those are three big things. I think best player available, I think is always a great approach, because if you have too much of something, you can always use it for trading or something that you may need. So I'm all about best player available. But that's me talking now until I see somebody that I follow.
Yeah, again, because we were having a drink earlier at sports bar, or I don't know where it was, but I asked Loyal. I said, "Yeah, everybody's talking about this Ohio State edge rusher / line." I said, "Where's he going to play for Dallas? Does he fit?" What's the dude's name?
Yeah, you're man,
Yeah,
Ravel?
yeah.
No, not. Oh,
Yeah,
I can't think
the
of
Ohio State
yeah,
stud
the linebacker.
linebacker.
He was the linebacker. Right?
And we're like, he's probably an outside linebacker.
Caleb
Okay.
Downs.
Is that what it is? Downs?
No,
No, it's not Downs. It's the other guy. Put in the comments, people. Reese. That's it. Hagen. Reese. Yes. Thank you, Hallie. But yeah, it's Reese. He's a beast. But where would he fit in the Dallas scheme? I got a weird one. I got a weird thing. What are the odds that Green Bay finishes lower than Dallas?
No, I don't think so. I mean, in the sense of what, higher in the no, I don't.
Their pick
I don't
is going to be around 15 to 18.
You think that's where they'll settle? You don't think they make the playoffs?
Again, just looking at what I'm seeing, looking at the schedule, I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, you look.
Colin Cowherd said it.
You look at the division. Chicago most likely is going to be the second place part, trying to push for that Detroit winning it. So them being blocked down there, you have to beat those wild cards. And right now, I mean, you got to look at Los Angeles and San Francisco and how they're doing in their division. One of those might be a wild card. So it won't be our division unless somehow their stuff starts to happen where they're playing each other and you're making losses and stuff. So some of that calculation. But I don't see that with Green Bay. I don't see their pick being lower than ours.
Yeah, I think there's a possibility.
Maybe next fall.
I think there's a possibility based on their schedule. If Dallas does what I think they're going to do and win some games, I don't.
Yeah, see, that's fair.
I think
there,
that.
Vinny.
Yeah, I think 9
picks, 20th pick or so.
Yeah.
I would say 20 to 20.
I know. I was watching a couple shows though, and they were predicting more of a fall.
Just because of how the offense has been, running game kind of going.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably pull it up, but I could probably pull it up, but yeah, it's not a big deal. But I just thought it was funny that they were actually talking about. Possibly the pick being around 15 to 18. That's if you got a 15 to 18 pick. They're already talking about Dallas. Now we haven't seen nothing yet, but after 2 games in a row where Micah Parsons doesn't record a sack, it doesn't record anything.
Yeah. He said he was.
Man, I'm sorry. Stop making excuses.
Well, I mean, that's the thing about.
If you were still with the Cowboys, we would be getting. He would be getting
ripped up. We would be
buried. He would be getting buried. Now,
well, I mean, you gotta look at it. Yeah, the defense playing. He's playing a part of it. He's getting pressure. He's great at running. He's great at running your quarterback that runs out of the pocket out. Otherwise, your quarterback in the pocket. He needs to get everybody else. I think that defense, the rest around him are definitely good. I mean, when I look at the defense around him, they're making the pressure and stuff. And a lot of people go, well, it's because he's taking stuff, the blocks on. No, that's not necessarily it, man. He's being pushed out of the way. But those things, I think, man, is it weird or Cowherd been sounding more reasonable lately? And it just that was his part. It was a little push on Micah, and and that's if that gives you motivation, I think that's awesome. I think, but let's be real. When we talk about amazing pass rushers, can you really truly game plan against them? Like Myles Garrett, do you hear the game plan against them?
Yeah, right.
Exactly. When I hear about Max Crosby, is there this is the blueprint to stop Max Crosby? No, man. There's no blueprint. There's none of that shit. There was an NFL Network up. You didn't want to look at that?
It's still there, buddy.
Yeah, I know. There's the games right there.
I'm looking for something.
No, you're not. Don't be pretending and stuff like that. So, but no, when I messing with my setup, man, you know how long it took us to wipe the desktop and get it to work. But I get it. I don't even know where I was going with any of that stuff because I started getting on this.
You're worried about what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to pull up the Green Bay schedule, and you're being it.
Oh, okay.
Finish your thought. Give me
does it mean anything by, people are asking about, does it anything mean anything if we can't get past the Raiders? I think by the time, if you can't beat the Raiders, I think you got to start looking at the draft and start looking at it. I think, of course, the Cowboy roster is not going to be that way, but I think
All right,
fans.
here we go. Right now, the Green Bay Packers sit with 1, 2, 3, 4. They got 5 wins, okay? They're 5-3-1.
The next one's winnable.
At the Giants.
So that's winnable.
Home against the Vikings. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Again.
Like they can beat them. They can beat them.
At the Lions.
That's,
Home against the Bears. At the Broncos. At the Bears.
The
Ravens. At the Vikings. I'm telling you, it's not what people think. Okay. Sorry, Jesse. Sorry, Gessie. You got 1. Maybe the Bears 2. I could see a world where they win 3.
Yeah.
And what does that bring you? 8 wins. I'll keep looking there instead of there.
Yeah, I know. I was like, sorry.
That gives you 8 wins. I'm not saying that, but there is a chance. There is a chance. It's not as far-fetched as people think. And I've watched multiple shows where they were talking about it. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to do. Just to prove a point. I'm not just throwing shit up against the wall. Their schedule dictates that it may not be. Sorry, Micah. Could you imagine? But
But let me ask you a question, because I heard this one, and I think there might be a little bit. Do you think Green Bay people are having buyer's remorse in a little ways? Because you could have used that.
Sledhead. I want to see where Sledhead goes with this. He's not in here now, but I know he's defending his guy, his newly acquired guy. You have to,
You
right?
have to, man. I still think it's a great acquisition for them. Let's be real. I mean, I think he is a difference maker, and I think he is something you have to plan against. Somebody was like, "Well, you kind of got to already give him a certain grade because people are playing against him." I'm like, no.
Yeah, I'm not calling him a bust. He's a good ball player, but I think teams aren't afraid of Micah. Sorry, they're not. So, and they know how to game plan. You saw them run right at him multiple times. He's so desperate to get a stat and a sack that
push him out of side of play. Yeah.
It's again, he's a great athlete. He's a great pass rusher, but he's kind of last 2 games. You can't go. You can't make $47 million. This all is going to come up when you don't do your job, and have 2 games where you're not on the stat board. Okay, sorry, that's it. But anyway. Move on. So what do you want to go next?
We talk about these games.
Let's talk about the games, because I know West Virginia Country Boy just got here. He's texting, blow me up. Phil's snapping over here trying to get everything together. I'm like, well, how about this? Because I don't know what I'm doing. He's just.
I'm like looking at him like, really?
He's like, I think I was right, but now I'm joking. Let's look at the first game. It's going to be 6:30 in the morning.
We'll probably be up because we can just be real, man. We were up by 5, like 6 around here. Yeah. So
9:30 in. I don't know where the hell it is. Put in the comments. Where is it? It's overseas somewhere. Berlin.
Madrid. It's in Madrid,
Spain. Okay.
It's in Madrid, Spain.
Okay. Washington at the Miami Dolphins, or Miami's the home team in Madrid. What do you think?
Just because I think that's very racist, because Miami has a lot of Hispanics in it, and then you automatically put them as the head race thing.
That's all.
No, I'm messing, man. If you're going to make it the home team, that would make it more sense. So I think they did a very logical thing, honestly, to tell you the truth.
Bobby Schmurder with the super chat, $2 super chat. He says, "I'm overlooking the Lions for Dallas next week. Well, if you do, you're going to take an L, Bob. Yeah. So you better worry about the Lions and don't worry about Dallas. From what everybody says, we stink. So you should have no problems with the Cowboys. Or will you?"
So when I look at this, Miami is capable. Where was this Miami team that all of a sudden started looking okay last week?
The Jets. That's what they're doing. They're studs.
That's right. That's a little different. That has a whole different feel. We all kind of knew that was going to possibly happen.
I'm a nut.
But when you look at this Miami team, yes, this is what they're capable of. Every single game, they were capable of what they did last week. Will they do it again? That's going to be the question. That's all up to them. If I had to pick between these two right now, not doing great teams, I would probably have to pick Washington, just because at least they're a little bit more consistent.
Yeah.
And you know who they are. Miami, again, is capable of doing all that awesome stuff, but they're not consistent.
I don't think Daniels is playing. I don't think McLaurin's playing. Put in the comments if McLaurin's playing.
I don't think so.
Give me Miami Dolphins. sorry, give me David, a Devon A-Chain, Jalen Waddle, and a number one quarterback. I know he's not. I know he's not a Tua fan. Again, dude can put up numbers. He can.
Well, he can. But, that's like 1 out of how many? He's 1 out of 1 out of 10. He put up finally.
I think they win. I think Momo's team takes another L. I kind of need them to win a little more. Though. We don't want them getting too good a high pick. That would be nuts.
Again, they're gonna be pissing on the toilet seat. Just point blank range.
We don't want them near us, right? We don't want them that stink anywhere near us in the draft order. Either be above us. But anyway, next game on the docket is Atlanta. I was gonna go Carolina. Atlanta Falcons are hosting the Carolina Panthers.
When you look at these two teams, you would think Carolina is going to run away with this just because Atlanta, again, and being inconsistent. But this is a division game. Let's be real, man. Atlanta could really kind of come out, and we've seen with those 3 games that Atlanta has won, they've looked really good in those games. So what team is going to show up for Atlanta right now? I like the running game, at least, of Carolina. That's the one consistent about that team. And you can play, get play action off of that to throw it to your young guy out there. I like Carolina in this matchup.
Yeah, and to Clemente, he says, hey, guys, Fisher's out there. Maybe y'all can accidentally bump into him and tell him that fake photo in the gym. Yeah, right. With him lifting 100-pound barbells. Hey, whatever. I don't care. I'll talk to Mike Fisher. I like Mike Fisher. He's fine. I'll fish out his ass. How's that? I don't know, Phil. So who'd you go with, Atlanta?
I went with Carolina.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Atlanta. So I think Atlanta at home. They only have 3 wins on the season. I think they're better than that.
I'm telling you, those 3 wins, they looked amazing.
I think they're going to win.
You get a 4th one. Again, the division.
No guarantees.
No guarantees.
I don't think. I know Carolina's 5-5, and Atlanta's 3-6. Atlanta's home. I think you're going to see one of those games. It's a divisional game. Atlanta will get the win. Atlanta will look good somehow. I think defensive touchdown. I think the Penix will light it up. Drake London's killing it. So I'll go with the Falcons. Looks like Buffalo's going with the old school logo. Buffalo. This is one of the better games of the weekend, Phil, in my opinion. Buffalo at home. The 6-3 Bills host the 6-3 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Man,
I think these teams are extremely, extremely similar. 2 defenses that are like, okay, I think defense for Tampa Bay is a little bit better. Yeah. You got 2 quarterbacks who are playing really good football. He occasionally plays bad, and then where's your receivers on the other side? You're like, okay, you got a guy, Keon Coleman. Okay, you got, Godwin, you got your wide receivers and Ibuka or whatever. So I think both of them have the, weapon stuff. So I think this is going to be a hell of a matchup. Right. I think maybe Buffalo having that home field advantage is going to be that difference. I would probably pick Buffalo in this matchup. But again, I pick against Baker Mayfield.
It's very tough. If Buffalo loses this game, so who you going? You're going Buffalo?
I go Buffalo.
Yeah, if Buffalo loses this game, then they're not. Everybody's got them in the Super Bowl. They've looked bad multiple times. I know they're 6-3, but okay.
Out of all those AFC teams, I guess they've been possibly the better.
Yeah, give me the Bills because they're home. I think I would take Tampa. I think if they were in Tampa, I would take it, right?
No, I was the same way. I would have picked Tampa if it was.
But if they lose this, then we all need to just take a check and go, okay, you're home. You're going to lose Tampa. So I'll take the Bills in a good game. Jacksonville 5-4 hosting the 7-3 Chargers. Chargers are 7-3.
It's sneaky 7-3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sneaky 7-3, and even Jacksonville. I think I wouldn't be surprised if Jacksonville
3-team parlay
a 7-3 type of record because I think they've been playing good football as well. It's just not consistent. I think the more consistent team are the Chargers and knocking them off their game plan. Even when they struggle, I mean, that defense is enough to keep them in there. And I think Jacksonville's quarterback, Sunshine over there, he'll give you an interception here and there out of nowhere. So I'm going to go the Chargers on this one. Again, I think this is still a good matchup, though.
Yeah, I'm going to go Jacksonville. I want to go with Sunshine. I think that And Phil, I understand where he's coming from, but Jacksonville, they just have the potential to be really good, and I think that they will light it up a bit. I think it's a back and forth game, but I don't believe in the Chargers on the road. Sorry.
I mean, as it points out, Football Fanatic does point out. We talked about this before. Their tackles are out, so again, you expect the downfall to eventually happen.
They did make a trade for Trevor Penning. So I'm not sure if he's playing tackle or guard with the New Orleans Saints. That seemed to help last week. So I hear what you're saying, Football Fanatic. I'm going to go Jacksonville. I don't think that the Chargers are an 8-3 team. Maybe that's what I'll say. Bobby Schmurder with the $2 super chat. Genty, Pickens, Igbuka, bench 1 for fantasy. Genty, Pickens, Igbuka. Your thoughts? I would not bench Genty. I think he might bust one. But I'm not positive of that. But
I would say Pickens, if anybody. I think Ibuka is going to have his thing. He's gonna do it. I think there's no consistency of one CD.
I'll probably bench Pickens.
Yeah,
because Dak doesn't
seem a lot more weapons.
Yeah, Dak doesn't seem to
target.
Yeah, he doesn't say, "Oh, he's singled. I'm definitely going to him." He goes through his progression and trusts CD. So, and I think we need to get Pickens in the end zone.
Pickens having a hell of a game right now. So.
Yeah, well, that's probably what. No, but that was just what out of those three. If you're playing fantasy,
that's a hard one. That is a very hard one.
Dallas has to prove they can stop the run. Mm-hmm. I think they will, and I think Genty will be held in check. But I think, that's a big ask, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, next game, Phil, is you got the Minnesota Vikings, the 4-5 Vikings hosting the 6-3 Chicago Bears. The Bears.
So is this Chicago Bears finally changing? I think we've seen the metamorphosis here. I don't know if that's what they're going to end up with a winning record in the end. Just because, again, they have to play against their division quite a bit. We, even if the team is not great, we know they can still kind of hang. I think Minnesota can hang with Chicago. I don't think Chicago's elite of an offense that they're going to all of a sudden just blow out Minnesota. They're capable. I guess they're capable. Both teams are capable. Man, that one's a little bit harder. I think Minnesota at home makes them a little bit tougher. I think Chicago's playing better football. I'm going to go Chicago, but it's very close.
Yeah. Chicago should have lost last week.
Yes, they should have.
The Giants. They should have, but I agree with you. I think the Chicago. I'm not a big fan of the Vikings. I think, and we need them to lose, but it is what it is. 6-3 Bears roll to go to 7-3. I'll be rooting for the Vikings because we play the Vikings. I think, or do we? No, I don't know. Yeah, we do, right? We play the Vikings.
I'll say so.
Yeah, we play the Vikings, so. We can handle the Vikings at home. We play the Vikings at home, then the Chargers at home. That's going to be tough, but I'm going to be rooting for the Vikings. But I don't know, man. I don't know. This is put up or shut up for the Vikings. If they go to 4-6, they're basically out. This isn't it.
Well, they come back and they play Chicago again, like in 2 weeks.
And then I'm going to give a scratch that. We're going to go Vikings at home just because they need this game. They need this game. They need the
desperateness has kind of changed it for you, huh?
The Time Brothers. What's up, man? Next game, Green Bay visiting the 5-3-1 Packers visiting the 2-8.
2-8, yeah.
2-8 Giants. Wow. We need the Giants to win this one, everybody. Give me Green Bay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jesse.
You don't have any weapons right now. It's just don't get me wrong. There's people that can score and, Tracy and everything like that. But Slayton, I always thought, again, he's there. He's capable. It just sucks that nobody else is there to just kind of support it. Will he drop off by the time the other guys eventually come back next season? That's the question, because he wasn't on that same page when those guys were playing. So now to see him getting his, it's kind of had that whole Pickens thing where that injury kind of helps him develop this relationship with these guys before the other one comes back. So he doesn't just get
who's gonna
when I look at this, unfortunately I got to pick Green Bay. They're just a way better team. It's going to be hard for the Giants to score anything on that defense.
Yeah, Tucker Kraft is out for the year. So,
Yeah.
it is what it is. I don't think that's really going to matter. I think if Green Bay loses this game, the wheels may fall
Oh,
off.
there's gonna be a lot of criticism hitting their way.
That would be Momo's in the house. 7-0. Hey, Allie. All right, let's move on to the next game. The Steelers, the 5-4 Steelers, host the 3-6 Bengals. Again, we're hearing Joe Burrow was close. Well, what does it matter? I mean, I don't know. It's game. Joe Flacco, baby. Joe Flacco.
He can pull magic. Don't get me wrong. I think Cincinnati could always just go crazy. And actually, this could be a back and forth type of game, and Cincy could be in it. I still think when it comes to Pittsburgh, at least they have more to them. A defense that can actually play, a pass rusher, a quarterback that's leading the team. Whether he's got his weird kick, doesn't throw the ball sometimes when he should, takes a sack or throws it into the dirt. Like, it's really weird sometimes with him. Yeah. But again, he does whip out all of a sudden a pass that will throw for a touchdown or 50s on the year. Yeah. So I think there's more capability there. I still do like the Cincinnati weapons though, because I mean they are capable of scoring. So, but when I look at this, I think just Pittsburgh has more weapons.
Yeah, I don't think that
on both sides.
I don't think this year Cincinnati. It's just again with all those weapons. Chase Brown won back. I just don't see it. Sorry. They should have traded Hendrickson, in my opinion, but they did not. Give me the Steelers at home. They moved to 6-4. Bengals will go to 3-7. The Tennessee Titans, the 1-8 Titans, who don't want to give up anybody. They want to roll with their guys.
Yeah.
Hosting the 4-5 Houston
Texans.
Yeah. Spot.
Man, like Tennessee, like wow. Just I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, we look at the roster, like, where are your stars? You know, like, okay, I don't, you may not believe totally in the quarterback. I mean, if you get him some weapons around him and everything like that, I think that offense can change, can develop, get an offensive line that can block for him. I mean, we did see what he could do in college when he had a team that was pushing for a national championship type of thing. So, especially even a tight end or wide receiver, I think we saw him, what he could do. He took and I pointed it out, an average wide receiver in Xavier, and made him a good wide receiver. So I think he can do the same, but you need somebody that a little bit more of a I don't want to say elite receiver. You just need a better receiver.
Yeah.
So until he gets that, I it's just going to keep going downhill. I mean, here's your first pick of the draft, possibly right there, where they traded off because they don't need the quarterback. I got to go Houston on this, but I don't think Houston's playing great either. So.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. That's a tough one. Give me Houston.
Yeah.
I like Houston. I like the defense. So I think Tennessee's cooked. Okay, let's be honest. I think they're cooked. Next game, again.
Divisional game, right?
Arizona Cardinals always play Niners. Tough.
At least in the beginning.
3-6 Cardinals versus the 6-4 49ers. I'll take the 49ers. I don't think that Kyler's out, but I mean, maybe not. Is it that easy? Or
I think Brissett is capable. San Francisco does have a lot of injuries in the sense of where the
Arizona win everybody.
Yeah, they can win. I don't think they will win, but that'd be awesome if they would. That'd be San Francisco.
That's a good one. That's a good one because it's tough.
I got 49ers. I mean, I hope Arizona pulls it.
Yeah, I'm not going to go with Arizona.
I hope I'm wrong.
They shot their what against us. Unfortunately, we make everybody look good. Los Angeles Rams, the 7-2 Rams. This may be the best. Well, there's a few good
ones.
Yeah. The Rams are 7-2 versus Seattle, who's 7-2.
Yeah, and they're in Los Angeles.
They're in LA.
So this definitely got a good thing. I'm amazed this isn't a night game, to tell you the truth. But I mean, it makes sense because of the other one. I would have put Dallas over, not having them as a Monday night. But whatever, that's just
well. That's how they do it, man. Sorry, a little yawn there. That's how they do it. So who'd you go with, Rams? Yeah, you did. Yeah,
I think Seattle's playing better football right now. I got to go Seattle on there.
I'm gonna go with the Rams at home.
I hope the Rams win. Trust me, I do hope they win because I don't like seeing Lawrence with all that
all that shine.
all that shit going on over there. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rams. I think the Rams are more explosive. I think Seattle's playing great, but I think it.
that defense playing good, man. They got 2 defense.
Anything can happen.
Lawrence got 2 defensive touchdowns last week. Fuck.
Yeah, yeah, but he's done. I mean,
Yeah, that'd be it. He got
come on,
tired.
bro.
He got tired.
He's tired. He got Mr. Tired legs. No, I'm gonna go with the Rams. That's a tough one. That's not easy
No.
by any stretch.
I
So,
think it could go either way. Yeah.
give me the home team.
Primetime, you hate it. Yeah, I know. I know.
Let's see here. Cleveland Browns, the 2-7 Cleveland Browns with a great defense. What does that mean? Nothing. Against the Baltimore.
That means you'll hold them at least until halftime, maybe, and then
4 and 5
Baltimore-
Ravens.
I'm
4 and
gonna-
5 Ravens.
They'll bust even this weekend and go 5-5 and start to push that little thing to get people talking to them about playoffs and all that kind of stuff. So we knew, yeah, exactly. But I gotta go Baltimore on this matchup. Cleveland complete spoiler though.
Yeah. I think Baltimore, they had a good win last week. I think Baltimore wins this game. They may go on a little bit of a run here, Baltimore. I think they were being written off way too early. They're like a vampire. You got to stick a
Well, they shouldn't have been down there. Let's be real.
It was injuries, but they weren't playing
They
great.
weren't
either.
playing great before the
Yeah.
injuries happened.
So,
Always.
I mean, they got 5 losses already. So, give me the Ravens, though. This is a good game, people. This next game is going to really prove a lot to me. Now, I think, Kansas City is getting to a point where they just can't afford to keep losing games, even though they're playing good.
Yeah.
The Denver Broncos at 8-2 are hosting the 5-4 Chiefs.
Jeez, this is gonna be a really good matchup. I like
I agree,
everything in
Daniel.
the matchup for Denver except for the quarterback matchup. It sways to Kansas City's side, obviously, and that's a big factor. That defense, though, man, as long as you have Kelsey healthy and all these other guys healthy, you're going to be able to attack it. And so I think the veteran leadership is going to be the outcome in the end. Kansas City wins it, but man, I wouldn't. It's hard to bet against Denver in the way that they're playing and the way they're scrapping for those wins in the end.
Indeed. I'm going to go with Denver. But I don't think Kansas City has that.
I can agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
So I can understand totally why.
Bo
you think
Nix,
that. Yeah.
Oregon Zone.
I mean, he's still got ways to mature, but he's still playing some amazing.
I like it, and I like their run game. I did hear that J.K. Dobbins is out. So for you fantasy people, that's interesting. That means you're going to rely more on R.J. Harvey. So
How many fantasy?
that may even it out a little bit. That's going to be a good game because Kansas City has been playing better, but they're still losing. They're still losing games. Not a lot of games. They're 5-4. Okay. I would say
Okay, here we go for
right
the
on-
night football game.
we're right on par with the Seattle and the Rams. Now they're both 7-2. We got a 6-3 Detroit Lion team coming in. Now I heard that Laporta's put on IR. That's gonna hurt.
That hurts them big time, I think.
Visit Philadelphia at 7-2. Sunday night football.
This is a really good matchup. Man, I don't think Detroit has been consistent enough to really kind of put my eggs in their basket. Especially with Philly being at home, the crowd, everything. Don't get me wrong. Detroit has the weapons. Amon-Ra St. Brown and everything. But sometimes to me he's like a little chihuahua, and he just just like and there's nothing there. There's no. If he had other weapons that are around him, kicking ass, and you're like, man, that is a hell of a combination right there. I think it's easier to take him out of the game, even though it's hard. Don't get me wrong; it is difficult. You just gotta slow him down by some point. I think Philly has a little bit better of the matchup, though. They have more of the talent right now with health wise too.
Yeah. Give me the Lions, Drew. I think the Lions are playing really well.
Yeah, it's not.
But I think just some of the comments from Dan Campbell. He loves playing in Philly. It's gonna be a good game. I wouldn't bet. I wouldn't bet the game. I mean, everybody just enjoy the game.
This is an enjoyable game.
But if I had to bet, I'd give me the points with the Lions. If there is points, anybody know the line on the game?
It's gotta be close, man. I would probably say 1 or 2 points to Philly.
Yeah,
Extra,
put me if you guys know, but it's a close game. I've been on the Eagles kick, but this whole AJ Brown shit it's annoying because you're 7-2. Be happy.
That's a good score.
I think it's a close game. So I think if anybody can get blown, I know Drew's not going to like this, but I think Detroit could put up a lot of points. But I think the addition of Jalen Phillips really, as you saw, he was really good last week. So hell of a move, but we'll see against Jahmyr Gibbs. That's something's got to give, right?
Yeah.
Jahmyr Gibbs, the coach got in his ass and said, "You need to run tougher." And then what did he do? He ran. He had 3 touchdowns and ran for a shit ton of yards.
Yeah, so you gotta call your people out. You gotta call your people out sometimes.
It's going to be a good game. I don't think, I think that Detroit has to win this game. I think the Eagles, they have a nice lead in the division. They're going to want to win, but I think Detroit might want it more. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I'm going to go with the Lions.
It's going to be interesting for Sunday Night Football.
Which sets up the Monday Night Football game. I will be doing a pregame from inside the bowl a little bit. I have my halftime, set up, and then we'll do something after the game. But we can't wait. It's not tomorrow, right? It's the following day. We got 2 days, but looking forward to it. I did the video today, Phil. The stadium is right there, but on the video, it looks like it's further away. It's just weird. Dallas Cowboys visit the Raiders. 2-7 versus 3-5-1.
Yeah,
Very emotional night. That's the thing. How is they going to deal with it? I'm thinking they're going to come out and play well.
I think so too. When I look at what the Raiders can do for this, I mean, they can attack. Again, I said Geno Smith can have a good game, especially if we don't get pressures. I think those additions in the middle, the combination of him and Clark there, I think that's going to be something that revamps this defense. Now, I'm not going to say he's going to give it life or anything like that, but again, it's going to at least change some stuff, some dynamics, some things, even just on the other side. The planning of what they're going to do with the guards. When you talk about the center, the two guards. Yeah, there's 2 guys. 2 people are going to have to always either be on Quentin Williams or on Clark. Like, you're going to have to work that center. He's going to have to go back forth and not really peel off to go to those the rushing of the edge rushers. And so to get those edge rushers off the one-on-ones, you're going to need your running back to chip or your tight end to chip. I still believe that Brock Bowers is going to have a hell of a game.
I think that's the key. I think Phil hits on it. I don't think we're going to allow Genty to do much, but he may break one.
Oh, yeah.
But I just think this offensive line for the Raiders is bad, people.
Yeah.
Don't believe, just look at it. It's not so much Dallas.
I think quick passes is where it's at for the Raiders to attack this defense. But I think emotional-wise, I think spiritual-wise, I think just the way that they kind of bonding together. I mean, maybe hopefully that'll do something for the offense as well too. But I like the additions to that defense, even overshown. I'm not expecting a whole play and interceptions and all that stuff, but I definitely expect at least a better defense. I mean, let's be real. Can the defense get worse?
It's 2. You wouldn't think so. Obie John says that he's going to have a career game.
Who?
He thinks that Genty's gonna.
Again, it's a possibility. I guess it's always
that offensive line.
Their game is what 87 yards. Then he's most of his guys 81 yards. So 86.5 yards.
That offensive line is bad. Yes, John. I think
it doesn't take much to be a career game right now for him. So, but I could say that he could possibly do that, but. What's the additions happen? I mean, before Quinn Williams, then I would probably say, I definitely would say over 100 yards and all that kind of stuff. But I think that definitely will help them.
Yeah, I think they're going to be emotional. I think we've seen them early in the season just look like different, I think Dallas is going to play well. I'm not a Geno Smith fan. Nobody around here is
nobody
a
nobody
Geno
is.
Smith fan.
They aren't.
Is Geno Smith starting?
Well, I mean, okay. Let's be real. As much as Geno Smith is not the guy, he's way better than the backups that are there too. Aiden Mitchell and something O'Connell. I don't even know.
Aiden O'Connell.
And it's like,
put in the comments, who's the backup? I don't even know.
Like that, I'm saying, if you're looking at those options, I think he's definitely one because he can run around. He can.
I thought maybe he wasn't
pocket. Yeah, Geno is not mobile, and he's not, but he's more mobile than those other guys, as well too. So
either way, give me Dallas. I think Dallas wins. They're gonna want score predictions. I didn't think about it, so
ironically, didn't even think about it. 31-17.
Yeah, I don't even want to look at the
Dallas.
The over under. It's an indoor game. I think Dallas puts up a lot of points. They need to. They haven't done well the last couple of weeks.
You got Max Crosby. You have to worry about it.
Not to say Not to say Dallas won't give up any points, but I'm saying I think it could be a higher scoring game.
Could be.
Give me. I think Aubrey's gonna have a few. Give me 34. Maybe 34 of 24, something like that. I like the over. I think Gino will make a couple plays. I think Genty will break a big one. I do. It's hard to come in here. There's emotion. It's going to be very emotional. Very, very emotional. But I see a lot of score being played. I don't think Dallas defense is going to play lights out. Game one. I don't trust the coordinator. I don't trust.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I like him, but not from what I'm saying. He's gonna all of a sudden he's gonna think, "Oh, I can run my scheme now. I got my guys," and it's not. You just hope that the communication, Malik Hooker being back is huge. It's huge.
Yeah,
I think it's huge. So.
All right. Well, I mean, I want to get back down to stairs and
we got to go hang out with West Virginia Country Boy and Chris May, loyal Cowboy, and then the wife and the producer and me in Primetime, we're gonna head down to Fremont Street. So I will be live a little later. Stay tuned. We got to get something to eat though.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't eaten since Irish Pub this morning.
Yeah.
So we're getting ready to put on a lot.
Okay, so Bobby says, game time. After my back surgery, will you go to an Eagles Cowboys game next year when I fly back to visit family, maybe Phil in game 2? $5.
You want me to lock you into an Eagle game? Sure.
Oh, we got.
For you, Bobby, yeah, I'll go to a game. As long as I can make sure I'm not going to get harmed. Maybe Phil, yeah, sure, I'll go. I haven't been to an Eagle Cowboy game at the Lincoln for quite some time. So why not? It's almost better going when Eagles win. Because when Dallas wins, it gets nasty. Yeah. So, we'll see. But I'll go. Yeah, Bobby, if you go, I'll go. We'll try and get a few people to go. That way it's a little bit nicer. You would think. But yeah, that's all I got. Everybody stay tuned later. I'll go live from Fremont Street. Like I said, I'll probably get copyrighted, but who cares? We're going to have fun. Just support while we're on the live stream because that's all good. It's just after the live stream once it's copyrighted. I'm not going to worry about going back and trying to, because there's gonna be a lot of music being played. I know it's loud down there.
Yeah,
but it'll be fun.
Yeah, I am. I had that short. I put a short real quick, just showing the room of the simulation inside the things.
It reminded me how fun that was.
It was. It was really, really good. So, guys, I do not know what exit video this is, so I apologize from blasting from the past is what you're going to be able to get here. So I don't even know. So anyways, game time, anything you want to say to the
no, just stay tuned. Make sure you have your bell make sure you have your bell notifications on. We're just now getting our stride. This is Saturday. Tomorrow we're going to be watching some pro football. We may do a thing or two, who knows. And then we roll into the game the following day. So there is a Tyron Smith meet and greet on Monday afternoon here, right downstairs. So even if I don't wait in line, I'll try and get video for you. I'll do the best I can. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's it. Stay tuned. That's all we can say.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it. I haven't used this one in a while. Here we go. I think this might be the one. So we'll see. Anyways, everybody, don't forget to do what?
Ring that bell.
I don't even know if that did anything. Bing.
Who are you?
Like always, I'm your host, Primetime Phil.
What kind of a stupid name is that? Oh, they let you pick any name you want when you get down there.
And what is your name, sir?
Well, I told you my name, man.
Sir, what's your name?
It's my co-host, Gametime Bryan.
Cool name. Superpowers?
I haven't relaxed. I'm ready for a wild show.
What would you say you do here?
I don't know what it is yet, but it could be a lot of things. So we'll see.
This doesn't make any sense.
Nah, nothing makes sense here, man.
You thinking what I'm thinking, Bart?
Yeah, let's f***ing rage!
Yeah, okay, cool. I don't need the PBS special.
What the fuck is this piece of
Can you say what the f*** did I do last night?